Hey, what is up? This is Dan McDonald. This is just a video to thank everyone for all the love and support. It's ridiculous, but I'm about to have dinner. Dinner, not even dinner. This is actually breakfast. And it's like 6 p.m. I just got into it today and got to work, and you know, my philosophy is this, so take this if you'd like, but the less you resist life and the more at ease you flow with everything, the less food you need. That's been my experience. When you're really pushing yourself to kind of do things you don't really want to do, you need to kind of keep pumping the system, you know? And so it's just really weird. This is literally my breakfast, and I've been planning on this all day. I was gonna come home at noon after I had climbed the trees, and I had to do like 10 loads today. My backpack broke, so I'm like 2 or 3 coconuts short. I'm not gonna try to, it's just that my backpack broke, so I can't carry as many coconuts. And so I had to do a lot more trips, and then I carry, 2 in each hand and a backpack full, and I schlepped about a quarter mile there, quarter mile back, quarter mile there, to fill the back of the truck with premium coconuts. Then I was gonna come home and have this at noon, but I just never got around to it. I ran into chemo, and I just really didn't actually feel like coming home. And then I just went to the beach, and then I just stayed there longer than usual, just reading this incredible book. And and then now it's like I just took a shower and my feet were burned, and I was hella dirty and sweaty, and bugs and centipedes and ants, and then all the dirt from the hiking trail. I just like to do a triple dose, you know. This is grapefruit juice. I think grapefruit juice is the best. Orange works the best. You know, there's a lot of people that are against supplements, and I'm just not, you know. Not just because because it was the supplements that just really helped me and helped me to awaken, you know. And I started taking, I think the first ones was blue-green algae and enzymes. My ex-wife, she had the thing on the counter, I've told you a million times, and I just started taking them enzymes with the blue-green algae in it, and I was just, what I would notice, I wouldn't notice until I went off of it. Then I'd be like, what the hell, why do I, you know, then I did all the research on the phanazomnon floss aquae, and then I did the research on the enzymes, and I was like, okay, no wonder. Now back then I was still struggling, you know. I was pretty smart though. I was like, organic spaghetti with organic beef, you know. So I was making progress, you know. So, you know, the enzymes just woke me up, the juicing woke me up, and then I read the raw food book, and then I worked on the fasting, and then I got to the meditation, and then I got to the semen retention, and I just, you know, I don't believe one size fits all. I don't believe everything is for everyone at all points along the journey, but you know, the more you get rid of and the more you focus on, I just call it God, you know. I don't even know what to call it, but it doesn't even really need to be called that. It's just it's just like practicing being aware. Then you're aware of your internal state. That awareness also allows you to feel the vibrations of the field around you and within you, and then you're just more aware, and then you use that awareness to look at the food. That's the best diet, is this pay attention, stay awake, and be aware diet. So whatever you're eating, whenever you're eating, pay attention to how do you feel before, you know? And when did you start planning on eating that? Some people start planning their dinner and I did the same thing. This was supposed to be my breakfast at about noon is when I usually break the fast, but I just didn't get around to it today, you know? And so, if you just pay attention, you know, and be aware. That's the last video I need to ever make, you know? And I've been making the videos, and I got the Google AdSense, and I should make a private personal shout out to whoever sent me $100, which then my Google AdSense shot up, and I was like, cool. Then I researched it because I've had like $1, $2, $5. I've never had 100, so I've never seen my Google AdSense take a quantum jump, you know, and so that was pretty cool, you know. So whoever sent that $100, thank you, because that Google AdSense money is really cool. I should do like private shout outs or free, or you know, some kind of video thing or something for the people that do that. I got my old channel back. I'm paranoid to post over there. I don't want to trigger anything, so I'm just over here chilling. I'm not even really doing anything right now, you know, to be honest with you. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm just not very good at this social media thing. I'm just not. I got some hardcore fans, about like 300 of them, and every once in a while I'll hit one out of the park, you know, and the algorithms will catch it, and that's cool. And the Google AdSense is great, and I got some consults, so that's great. And I don't have anything to say except, you know, I got sucked into social media 17 years ago. Krista was like, we could make money at this. I was having fun for the first, you know, couple months. Then I was having fun. All I had to do was make the video, 10 minutes, and hand it to her, you know. So I was still having fun. Then I started to once I got to about 25,000, 50,000 subscribers, that's when the weirdos started coming, you know. And that's when the sensitive person that I am due to the childhood, but thank God for this experience, because now I see, okay, it just does not even matter, because what's crazy is that you can get to a point, I know this is nuts, but I listen to the most enlightened sages, you know, not the modern day, everyone's a guru sleeping with their, you know, disciples, the schlong shamans. I'm not talking about these guys that just repeat stuff. I'm talking about the self-realized ones who had the experience, you know. And so there was a point to all that, but I always, you know, I just listen to them, and I do my level best to apply that. And to be honest with you, there's very little about food. You know, Ramana Maharshi would say a vegetarian diet is practical for the purposes of meditation. And I found out to be very true, that the sattvic food it does help you to meditate better, but at the same time, it's not a sattvic world. So if you get kind of too sattvic, you just like, all you can do is you ain't got nothing. So that's why the food trip is such an interesting thing, because you really don't want your soldiers to be fruitarians. Do you understand what I mean? Your CEOs are gonna be like, I don't know, man, just all this in these stupid buildings and on the phone all day with all these computer screens, talking to all these weirdos. I'm just like, you're gonna just freak out, man. You just like leave it all behind, you know? And you got kids and a wife, so you're just like, you know what? I just need to keep eating the more rajastic, stimulating foods, coffee and your little sandwiches and everything under the sun that the people eat to keep because if you take the sattvic food, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, this is all ridiculous. I'm killing myself for an illusion. And even when you understand that, it can still be difficult to extricate, because the programmings, the samsara, the vasanas, they're just deeply entrenched, you know. And so it's easy to say a lot of spiritual sounding stuff, but to truly purify your heart and to surrender the world to God and your own fate and your own destiny, that is very difficult. People want to put out a lot of effort to make things happen, and they'll either happen or they won't, you know. And so if you want peace, that's a totally different thing than if you want to get more stuff, you know, and accumulate whatever it is, the desires, which are unending. I've been seeing this myself, you know. I mean, the only thing I ever really wanted was a pretty girlfriend, you know, that actually loved me and I loved her. I've never had that in my life. And I don't know if I'm ever going to, you know, because now I see it. There's a lot of great women, but I just feel like I gotta stay focused on God. And I mean that. I'm not trying to like find some spiritual chick. Oh, you're so spiritual, you know. No, I'm being honest, you know, because sometimes I joke around and stuff. That being said, if God sends a divine union, that's a whole nother thing, as a helpmate partner for some kind of purpose. I don't even know if this is my purpose or not, you know. Today I'm just saying thank you. That's all I can do. I don't really have a niche market. And people are upset. They're like, what is your niche? What is your specific message? And the ideal thing is awareness, you know, awareness. Pay attention, be awake, just watch, and you'll just learn. Don't fight it, don't try to set your goals and white knuckle it, just watch. And you'll be like, wow, that particular habit is stupid. And I'm killing myself, you know? Whatever it is, you like, I hate this crap. I've been doing this every day for, you know, I see people and I always attack the people with the coffee. Do what you want, but you know, I just seen so many people, I'm gonna get off this coffee one of these days, and then 30 years later, they're like, well, you know, I work out at 3 a.m, you know, because my adrenals are just blacko, and the whole system, you know, one of the greatest things you can do is try to organize your, you know, your cerebral, spinal, your endocrine system to just the nature's circadian rhythms. It's not that crazy of a thing, kids. You know, the government will make you think, oh, this guy with his circadian rhythms and harmonizing with the nature of the sun and the moon and, you know, the seasons. But really, the more barefoot and naked you are, like today, I was just out there today. I actually saw some people. Normally, I never see anyone. I saw 5 or 6 people today. Wow, that's a lot for out there. Some days I'll never see one single person, but they all saw me naked as a bird, just kind of off on my own. There's these, someone schlepped these like $500 lawn chairs out there, and they're just out there in the middle of nowhere. I call it invisible beach because nobody knows it's there, except today there was a meaning, nobody meaning only the people that like really go the distance. Now I'm just rambling on again. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Oh, this stuff will clean you out. That's why I saw the videos and stuff. No supplements allowed, but the no supplement people, they don't strike me as that dynamic. It's like, you know, God has given you so much great things to utilize for different times and different purposes. Yeah, the cleanse powder is one of those things. You know, it's just absolutely incredible to clean out the small intestine, especially if you're eating fruit, or better yet, just drinking the juice, breaking out all the crap in the small intestine. You can wash out the large intestine with the colonics. If you clean out your colon, man, you'll be a lot better off. It's feel better. It's like center of ease or the center of disease, you know what I'm saying? Dis-ease or ease. It's a nutraceutical factory, you know. So keep your gut clean. That's why I love the paradigm. That's why I love the cleanse. I do a triple dose. You only need to do like one, but if you're really going for it, and I just love what it does. And it's funny because it fills you up. I did this yesterday. I'm living off of it today, you know, in my stomach, all running around, working hella hard, hiking, working out even. I was lifting weights, doing some yoga, rebounding, all of it. And this kind of fills you up, and that's one of the reasons why you lose weight with the cleanse powder, because you take it, it fills you up, and then you're not hungry. But there's like no calories in it, the juice, but not the cleanse powder. So you can take it with water if you really want to lose weight. Anyways, I'm gonna continue to just kind of have fun and do my little thing. I've made like 20 videos in the last couple of days, but I just haven't posted any of them. But they've never demonetized not one single one of my Paradigm videos. So that's what's kind of crazy. Some kind of thing about the marketing protects you from the AI. But then all the other stuff I've talked about, I've had a lot of warnings, demonetization, strikes, deplatforming. But never with the Paradigm videos. So that's just a strange, anomaly after the last 12 years. 13 years ago, we started the company, and it's really starting to blow up. And so is the probiotics and enzymes market. It's growing at 5% per year, and it's a $60 billion market. And Lou predicted that actually when he was out on his 40-day water fast. He saw that, and he thought, well, maybe we can use this as an opportunity to spread health consciousness and create a paradigm shift in the health consciousness. Paradigm shift in consciousness. And we're doing a pretty good job, because a lot of my friends and stuff, they just love this stuff, and people are feeling great, and they're doing great, and they're really getting to the next level. And you just keep sticking with it, and then you'll have a nice flat stomach, and you can lose all the weight and stuff, and you can don't get too skinny like me by like working all day and not eating anything. So this is my breakfast. It's like probably 6:30. I want to thank everyone, that's all. Every day. So that's my only thing now, is like, thank you. What's your message? Don't be a dick, just be cool to people, be cool to yourself. Don't worry about the small stuff. And by the way, it's all small stuff. It's all transitory. But that's what I did today. That's why I just got into the zone and was just at the beach for several hours, because there was nothing there. There was no desires, there was no fears, there was no worries, there was no anxiety. So it was just, and I just sank into that infinite. And I don't know, to me, that's the answer. Not really like, how can I cajole this diet around and keep my body alive forever? Because really, that's not the aim of the enlightened one. Longevity and stuff. I don't mean to, if that's your thing or whatever, if some people want to live a long time and all this stuff, but your mind becomes timeless if you stick with the meditation and the self-inquiry and the surrender, and you see that you're the one that causes all your trouble by clinging or resisting, and it's cool. Like things come and then they go, and it's more you can just let go and just, then you don't have so much stress. You don't need to eat as much. You sleep better. Your system doesn't do well with all this stress, constant stress. So may peace be with you. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful for life. That pink grape juice is fantastic. Let me tell you what it is. I got 5 seconds. Heaven on earth, baby. Bless you.